Hello, my name's Andrew Dean and welcome to In Focus. In Focus is an amazing gimmick. It gives you the ability to switch items, billets, cards, money, anything you want you can switch at any time. Not only that, you can make items appear, decks of cards, Rubik's Cubes, anything you want you can make appear. It is that good. It leaves you clean at the end, and I've been showing you the gimmick. So here all the time we have one card and one card only, and it is the card you signed. That was brilliant, thank you. In Focus has been a staple of my professional repertoire for a long time. It's quick, it's punchy, and it's guaranteed to get those reactions where your audience will remember the trick long after you've left the table. And one card here, if you take those, what was your card that you signed? It was? Take it and have a look.
How did you do that?
Oh.
It's magic.
I'm Andrew Dean, and this is In Focus.
Joel just disappears. Hello. Hope everybody's well. Oh, have you got a drink, Joel? Cheers. Hope everybody's got a drink out there. I think it's going to be a good one tonight. We were meant to be having a guest, and unfortunately, I'm not able to do it because of some injury. So we won't tell you who they are because obviously they don't want misering. Are you all right? Oh, I think Joel's having a few problems. So we've got a few good things this evening. We've got the challenge that we set you last week with take a picture with your favorite book. So we've had that. We're going to actually do a magic jam this evening, which is obviously what the show's called. So I hope you've got some cards. You might need a wine glass, empty one. You don't want it. Well, you can have it full and then drink it, and then have an empty one. The trick might go better. If you want a Sharpie, you can have a Sharpie. Joel did say a coin. I don't know what he's got planned with a coin. And obviously your close-up pad. You've got a close-up mat. There we go. I've got mine there. So, oh, there he is. Oh,
I'm in.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's echoing like crazy now.
It is. I was just explaining to everybody what we're doing this evening. We might carry on our chat. We're having a chat before about how the industry is going to change and how we're going to change performance-wise with obviously the restrictions on social distancing and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we've got that sort of thing. If anybody's got any questions, how does it hoover?
How does it involve a hoover?
Hmm?
How does it involve a hoover or something? Somebody's asking. Have you been talking about
a hoover?
Have you been talking about hoovers?
No. None of that. I mean, they could sponsor us if they wanted to. Sponsored by Hoover this week.
They ain't going to sponsor this.
Not really. Not their sort of thing, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, anything you want to ask. Like I said, we will be sort of trying to create an effect with everybody that joins in and that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
just got to say, I had a real technical difficulty then at that moment. My camera just went absolutely crazy for some reason. I've got no idea why. I think it's 8 o'clock and everybody's kind of going online right now. So hope everybody's keeping well. Hello. So welcome along. Andy,
You
you
were,
probably
you were stuck for a sec like this.
Well, I saw myself moving really fast as it came on. On my side, it was catching up, and then anyway, I'm here now. So yeah, sweet. So how are you, Andy? How have you been keeping?
I'm good. I'm good. Thinking more about working now, because obviously, I'll be honest, other than sort of what we were doing and what we were working on, I wasn't really doing anything sort of practice-wise or anything like that. So I didn't really pick up any tricks or any cards or any coins or anything like that for a good 6 weeks, really, other than, like I said, what we were working on.
Yeah, and
so I
obviously we've done all of our jams and everything as well. Like we've had before this, we obviously ran all of the workshops that we were running. We've ran quite a lot of different things, really, which has probably kept our fingers fairly supple. I think one thing with our living, the thing that we have to remember is to keep our fingers moving, because all the knowledge, I mean, the amount that we've performed and all the routines that we already perform, they're already kind of logged up here in our minds. So, but yeah, I mean, like, you've been quite focused now on finding new material and new tricks and things, right?
Yeah, new material, new tricks, sort of effects that really don't have to have that. Obviously, choose a card, they're going to reach in, take it, they're going to sign it, that sort of thing.
Okay, right.
How am I going to be positioned in certain aspects of things as well? So,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I mean, this is what my close-up pad's on at the moment. I'll lift this up and let you have a look. Look, there we go. So that's what my close-up pad's on at the moment.
So that's screwed onto that right now.
Yeah, that's screwed onto that. And it's a wonderful. I've got a couple of tables. I mean, I did actually take a video, and I'll be sharing. Well, I've sent it to you so you can share it in a moment.
Yeah. I will do. Yeah.
It's absolutely so cool. I can't get out. Never mind the effects. I can't get out to use the tables and actually see them set up with everything, because they're going to look amazing.
Yeah. So I think one thing that we're going to be talking about today then is when we're actually out performing, about kind of social distancing, because the reality is that I think a lot of people are going to want us to keep a distance, because we're going up to people who might be sat down at a table, they're acquainted with their friends, so they already feel comfortable. I think just being a magician who's walking towards people, a new face, is probably something that a lot of people will eventually, when we come out of lockdown, they're going to feel slightly uncomfortable, because you're a stranger at the end of the day. So, and people who are uncomfortable with us walking towards them to show them magic, I think out of respect, if you like, we need to kind of think of new ideas, new kind of, for the people, even as far as just pulling a pen out of your pocket and passing it to somebody. Well, somebody might not want to touch that. People might not want to pick a card. Nobody might want to examine an object that that you're about to perform a routine with.
Yeah. Well, how many times did you have this? How many times did you give somebody a pen and they went?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. And now, yeah, exactly.
How many times did you get that? And then you just take it back. I'd just wipe it under my sleeve and carry on.
Yeah. I'd probably take it back off and lick it and put it in my pocket. I wouldn't care. Truth is, I still personally wouldn't. But obviously, it's the respect of people, who we're going to have to be considerate about. And, at the end of the day, people who are in completely different careers and different livings, they're going to be up against this challenge as well, So there's, as well as our own ideas, there are going to be things that we can learn from other people. During lockdown, I was going to the doctors and the hospital every single day, every day during lockdown up until about a week ago. For the full duration of lockdown, I was at the hospital every day, the doctors every day, and the amount of practice that they'd put in place already. I mean, day one of lockdown, the actual structure and how things were run were barely changed. Everything kind of remained the same. So we can you know, we do need to be considerate. We need to think of ideas of, you know, I don't know, as an example, we were just talking about passing a pen to somebody and getting them to write the name on it. Well, now certain people are not going to be that appreciative. So, you know, you might want that person to be the person who picks a playing card. So I think it's all about coming up with new ideas and new ways to actually kind of give them the option of a playing card. So what's wrong with just having a packet of playing cards and just asking somebody, name any card you want, and that's the card we'll use? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that is going to change the whole sort of effects as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you can't do a lost and found card anymore. So I have no idea what card you've picked. It's going to go in the deck. We're going to lose it and find it. Whereas now you're going to know the card from the outset because you've got to be the one. I mean, even if you said, right, what's your name? Right, we'll write your name on. Or do you want to think of something? We'll, you know, I'll think of a simple name or a shape or a number.
Yeah.
We'll write that on. That's your card. Perfect.
Well,
and I mean, even keeping them as souvenirs. I mean, over the years, I've given cards out, not just business cards, but playing cards because they've written the names on. I said, oh, you keep it, you're all right. Again, I don't think people will.
No. Some will. I think you'll learn and you'll identify these people quite quickly. Maybe they should have to have a badge on. I don't really care too much. Pick me.
You know, I know you're joking, but that's quite a good idea, actually.
Yeah. Well, I've thought about that already. You know, if there was somewhere that people could identify themselves as somebody who cares, but they're not really kind of what's the word? Scared.
Almost like a traffic light system. You know, if somebody's got green, they're happy to lick your face. If somebody's got amber, then they're a bit unsure. And if somebody's red, they're like, just don't come near me.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's quite good.
But that's what it's like already, just without the lights.
Yeah.
We've got a little point from Jack here. This is Jack.
Yeah, I've just seen it as well. Yeah.
Hey, Jack. Hope you're keeping well. Jack just said, I think it's going to depend where you perform. For a street setting or a restaurant, yeah, it might be difficult. But those of us who do weddings where you're hired for the event will likely not care so much. Maybe. I don't know. I do think there will still be people at the weddings who are wedding guests who are still going to care. But I know exactly what you mean. I think the reality is once they've had a bit of a tipple and they've loosened up a little bit, that's you know, that's going to be the difference there, isn't it?
At weddings, the bride and groom will know you're going. Maybe a few close friends, but if you're at the wedding and there's 100 guests, I'm guessing a good 90% of those aren't going to know that there's a magician there.
Yeah.
So some won't even care. Some will. But I mean, again, it's going to maybe be the older generation that are going to be like stranger danger almost, where it's like, I don't know where you've been, don't know what you've got, where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was telling you this the other day. I think towards the end of the year or when it looks like we're going to be out performing, I'm going to go and get myself paid. I'm going to pay to get a test and do the test and obviously put the results on my website and things like that. And at least people know I'm being conscientious about it. So it might
but the difficulty with that though, obviously, is if you have a test and you haven't contracted coronavirus, then you still, and you were to show the results that you haven't contracted it, well, you could still contract it at another point. So,
well, that is true. Yeah, that's true.
I personally won't be doing anything like that. The only thing I'm going to be is considerate towards the people who care quite so much. Do you see what I mean? Have I frozen there?
You have a little bit.
Sorry about that.
But I mean, it is a bit bizarre. I mean, I was just thinking about it then about putting your sort of medical history on your website for people to look at. It is bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, I won't personally be going down that route at all. I know what you mean. It's worth kind of talking about, but you know, I think I don't think it's going to be needed. But I do think that coronavirus and this entire situation is going to change.
Yeah,
it's changed already. The whole world has changed. You know, and people's mentality towards it, I guess. Andy's vanished on us. Everybody seems to be having internet problems at the moment. He's back again. We do apologise. Hi, Andy.
Hello. Sorry. What? Because obviously we've been doing lots and lots of like 2-3 hour sessions. My earbuds, I forgot to put them on charge, so they just died. So
I can hear. We can hear you just. In fact, we can hear you better.
Really?
You sound nice and clear. Yeah. This is me drinking from my world's best magician mug.
This is me drinking a beer, thinking, am I the world's best magician after I've had it?
Somebody's David Hand has just said, I think for close-up situations, it's going to have to be more in-hands type effects and the more visual type of magic. I think it does. I think it does, and I agree that it should be like that. But we also have to kind of think about we are people who are going forwards towards people, and there are going to be people who are watching us who don't want that. They will want the same experience. When we come out of lockdown, there are going to be thousands upon thousands of people who are going to want that human interaction, which is absolutely essential, you know. And noticing, I think, for me, I'm not going to be pointing things out about I'm keeping a distance from you because of the whole situation. I won't be having any gags. I won't be having any jokes. I'll be having routines, you know, designed that, you know, if I ask somebody, do you want to pick a playing card? If they say yes, okay, great, pick one out, take it. If they say no, sorry, I'll say, okay, let me pick one for you. And I'll probably be going into it like that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I think the way I've been looking at it and sort of asking, sort of, hi, my name's Andy, I'm your magician, I'm your entertainer for this afternoon, this evening. I need somebody to choose a card. Who would be happy to choose one? So obviously, and then going from there. And once people start doing things like that, then
that's a good idea. That's a good word. So just repeat that again for the people that are watching, because that's a good. Who would be happy?
So I would introduce myself and say, I'm going to need a card selecting. It's who would be happy selecting a card, and doing it that way rather than saying, hi, can you select a card? And obviously putting pressure on them. Whereas if you say somebody happy to do it, then they would go, oh, yeah, I am. And once people get over that initial, oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Or even would anybody like to pick a card for me, please? You know, rather than asking somebody if they're happy to, how about, you know, you spread the deck, who wants to take one? And you just gauge the reaction of who actually wants to be the one who goes forwards and takes it, you know? And it's likely once they've picked a playing card, you can perform for that person directly, and they're the one who can take the pen. And, you know, if people are a little bit dubious or whatever, then, you know, you're obviously not going to be directing stuff where they have to physically get involved. But yeah, I think it's all a matter of, it's not opinion, is it? This isn't like a matter of opinion. I think a lot of it is going to be a matter of respect for the people that you're performing for.
Respect and putting people at ease as well. I think now more than ever, your appearance, I know it's going to sound awful, but your appearance is going to be so much more in scrutiny. So if you go over and your hands look clean and your suit looks clean and you know what I mean, you're well presented, people are automatically going to go, it's okay. He's, you know,
maybe
he washes his hands after he goes to the loo and that sort of thing. And I know it sounds really, really sort of petty or really sort of childish, but that's what people are going to be looking for and things like that. So, you know, I think everything you can do to put their mind at ease is going to benefit you in the long run, because they're going to go, oh, actually, you know, think of it, deodorant and stuff like that. I know most people do that go out work, but it's going to be so much more. Even down to, I was thinking, I'm going to carry a little bit of hand sanitizer, and between tables, it's not for any other reason, just to sort of go, this is what I'm doing. So it is going to protect me a little bit, but it's also showing them that I'm being conscientious and that sort of thing. So
yeah, I mean, that's a nice idea to kind of approach the hill with it, and just casually, as you put it in your pocket, wipe your hands of it before you get started, and then you get into it. It's possibly a good idea, a good idea for it, you know. I mean, I think there's the flip side of the coin, right? The flip side of the coin is this: the people who are at the table who are thinking, he's taking this all a little bit too serious, and you know, we need to get past this now, you know. And that is reality as well, you know. That is a lot of people's opinions. That we have to move on.
Yeah, I think once you've sort of set your stall out and you've gone, actually, I am okay with it and I am being cautious,
Yeah.
once you get to know the people at the table, you can relax a little bit. And you know, I mean, if you've got Uncle John across the other side of the table,
I've got an Uncle John. How did you know that?
Everybody's got an Uncle John.
Oh, right.
It's like all men have got a scar on the left knee. It's just, you know.
How did you know that?
Yeah, everybody has. It's one of those. Listen, just being in the presence of Michael Murray the other day. Oh, I'm in tune with the universe.
Somebody's just made a good point. Have some hand sanitizer to offer to people. Can you clean your hands? You look like the grubby one. Hold your hand out for me, not the clean one. Oh, it was the clean one. I'll put it on both. In fact, just oiling somebody's face with. I don't know what that looked like. I was doing then. That didn't look good, did it? I do apologise.
Don't do that. But yeah, I mean, you know, but again, because I was obviously thinking, because it's pocket space as well, you've obviously got to sort of keep in mind you've still got limited amount. So I'm just going to use. So if I did chop cup, if I did, you know, now and again I'll do the pot of jam routine, the James Brown routine. But instead of the pot of jam, you could use the little bottle of hand sanitizer, and again it would be a gag and that sort of thing, or it'd be final load. You know, I mean, you could even have little in jokes and say, and you know, I finished clean, and then you've got your little bottle of hand sanitizer. Doesn't mean anything for the audience, but for yourself, you're like, of course I finished clean, no dirty work there.
What produce? So produce the hand sanitizer from a chop cup and then use it.
Yeah, you could do. I mean, if you've not seen it, the what's it called? It's the James Brown routine, and it puts a coin in his hand. It puts 2 coins in his hand. He takes one out. The other one, it changes place, and then you say, I think it's just called pot of jam. And
it is. Yeah.
And then you've got a little pot of jam. So you know, things like that would be superb to do.
Yeah.
Not dry hands. Yeah. Again, you know, I mean, it will dry your hands out using a lot of hand sanitizers, so you'll have to take care of your hands and stuff. But it's one of those things we're going to have to adapt. We're going to have to do.
Well, look, this is the other thing. Once you've used the hand sanitizer, if your hands do go a little bit dry, just spit on them and wipe it in.
Just get somebody else to do it. I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
With coughing and spluttering, and you know. Yeah.
So another little thing then that we were talking about was basically having people, when it comes to them writing the name, kind of an idea, if you want to and you feel more comfortable, you can have somebody just name a playing card and then ask them to name a shape and you draw it on there or something like that. But if you're doing that, I mean, is it possible that we can almost restructure and relook at things that we already perform? And instead of just having somebody name something that's drawn on there, use a force pad and force the item that they draw on. And then you've previously predicted it or something along those lines, or, you know,
I get impossible location and that sort of thing.
Yeah, like a super clean kind of version of Card to Impossible Location. And, you know, just maybe we can almost kind of use these little changes to change the magic that we actually perform, you know. So a little idea. Simon Proctor says hand sanitizer contains moisture. So yeah, I've always noticed like certain ones when I've rubbed it in, sometimes my hands have gone like really gloopy and horrible and I can't use them for magic. But but some kind of dry them out. So they're all different. You know, eventually you'll find one that suits you. So what about stage performing then? So we're performing on stage. We were having a chat with Etienne on Jam, was it number 3 when we had Etienne Pradier? Yeah, and Etienne came up with some nice little ideas of where he's going to position audience members and things when he comes up on stage. And there's some nice little ideas there, you know, like about perspective and where you put people. And, you know, the reality is, like, we don't, well, for me, I mean, it'd be a massive shame if a magician goes out on stage to perform a show and doesn't get an audience member up on stage, you know, if that's their usual style. and the usual thing that they would do is get somebody up to perform with them on stage, and that whole kind of 2 meter distance, it's going to look like a bit of a shame to me. Do you know what I mean?
But again, we could use it. You know, you could use that distance as a benefit, because you're saying you've done this while you've been over there, we've not been in contact, you've done this, that, and the other while you've been over there, and would you be amazed if your card was now in this envelope that I've got here? So that's where the principle that you were coming up with, where you force the card, and you know, because you could say to them, well, I want you to think of something simple to draw, and I know that your mind might go blank, so here's some ideas, choose one, perfect. And then they destroy the card over there. You know, you could whatever goes into a shredder, and then you have an envelope at your side all the time. And would you be impressed if this was the card? So,
how cool would it be if somebody imagine this. So somebody comes up on stage, you ask them, you ribbon spread the packet of playing cards, they come in, they pick a card. You've already forced a symbol on them that they're going to draw. They draw it, and imagine if you somehow gave them an envelope, right? They put the card into the envelope and they seal it, right? And you're stood there from the word go with an envelope in your fingertips. You then get them to open their envelope again, and their card's gone. They've vanished it themselves, right? So this card has vanished, bang, they're having a look, it's gone, they put it down. You now open up your envelope and it's teleported across into your envelope, really clean.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So I think that'd be like really performable as well. There'll be a method to create some kind of an envelope where it's kind of made of like a thick cardboard anyway. So something self-seals. You would have them do something. Maybe something that they could do is throw out the envelope and catch it in their other hand, and that's the magic gesture. I don't know. But what it's really done is altered the orientation of where the actual flap that they should open should be, and it's been like a self-sealing envelope. I don't know. I'm just kind of waffling, but just a little idea. So,
I was thinking more if you had a stand, and so you said, I want you to put the card in the envelope, so it would go in and then drop through into the stand.
Oh, right, okay, right.
It just went straight through, straight down. So they would then take the envelope out. Again, if you had it, so there was a gap, so the envelope was here and it was open. Imagine the Jerry O'Connell wallet or the Harry Robson wallet with a slide, where you've got the envelope. Then you could put the envelope over the top. When they bring it out, it seals, and then they go into the envelope and it's not there.
Yeah, cool, good idea. Some kind of elaborate kind of ideas, but they're good. Like the elaborate ideas. I mean, I've come up with so many kind of like crazy, weird, elaborate things as well.
That's it, but that's what we've got to do. And I think with the challenges, because we are such a creative sort of community, we're going to go, well, actually, you can do this and do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I did see somebody said about the longevity of performing online. I think if we were just to perform online, I think people would get very bored very quickly, because
we need human interaction. Like we need human interaction. Already, people are genuinely going out of their minds. I mean, that's not the medical term for it, but people are like, we need human interaction. You know, that is absolutely essential.
A lot of the shows now, I mean, like the shows that are now from TV, the shows that were on TV that have gone to people's homes and that sort of thing, and they've lost all the fabulous graphics and they've lost all the makeup and backdrops and all that sort of thing. A lot of the shows are very, very basic when you think about it, and it's all the flashing lights and all the, you know, bits and pieces that they add in editing that make it really, really interesting. So I think people now are getting a bit turned off with TV because they're like, oh, that program really wasn't as interesting as I thought it was.
Yeah,
it was more a case of it was more the flashy lights and that sort of thing that I was. So I don't know. You see, I've been sort of putting off performing online. Really, I know we've done bits on here, but it's mainly just for fun rather than. I mean,
I think I haven't. I've done a few online shows in the people's houses. I genuinely haven't really been doing it. I've been charging little fees for me to go into people's houses. I know a lot of people are trying to get a common setup for people when they're performing shows is to go on to Zoom, because you can have about 50 people and sell it as almost a ticketed style event and perform to X amount of people. Well, I haven't been doing it like that. The way I've wanted to do it is, if you have a look on Joel Dickinson Magic Tricks, you'll see I've been doing really kind of short sessions. But what I'm aiming to do is to just go into people's houses via the medium of Zoom or whatever method they want me to use, and I'm doing it for like a really, really low fee. But the way I see it is, it's that human interaction again. It's not for me. If I was to go when I'm on stage, I like to. I mean, some of my performances are online. I'm interacting with as many people as I can as I'm chatting away and performing for people. And a lot of magicians are, because that's our craft, is to involve people and keep people, engaged. But it also has a very kind of like personal feel to it. Whereas I think if I go, in my own mind, the way I've seen it is, if I go and broadcast into somebody's house and I'm performing for 50 people, I'm not really talking to them unless they're selected. Do you see what I mean?
Okay.
So what I know I'm kind of going off on a bit of a tangent, and I do apologise, but you look really bored, Andy.
No, I keep looking at the comments. That's all it is.
It's all right. The reason why I've been keeping it quite small and just offering like one-on-one kind of things is so that the person who pays for me to come and perform magic, they talk to me, and I can have a chat with them. I can learn a bit about them. They can learn a bit about me, and then we do some magic. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No. That's. I mean, there's been a few people while you've been chatting saying they've been focusing more on sort of mentalism stuff, because it's obviously like Michael Murray did the other day. He did it all over the internet, and it was such a powerful routine that,
absolutely,
it really sort of floored me, because you still got that interaction. And I think because a lot of mine is based around timing, and it's based around the people, because I don't really have a set when I go to a table. I've done it for such a long time that I'll go to a table, and depending on what they sort of give me and the reactions I get from the first effect I do, it will change how my act goes through for the table, really. Whether I do more sort of intricate close up, get them all in, or whether I get this table and this table, and I'll do like a bit of a parlor show for, say, 3 or 4 tables, get them all interacting, and so it really, really changes. So that's why I'm not sort of pursued it, because it's been one of those where I've gone, a lot of my performance will get lost in the timing and getting that energy back. When I think that you can see the difference if you have a look at the previous ones, when we've done the challenges, and I've done 2 to music and 1 I spoke, and the spoken one was okay, because I didn't have anything coming back. I was talking to camera. I mean, if you watch a lot of the Instagram videos, people don't talk to the camera. It's very instant. It's visual. It's to music, because that's more engaging than just having a one-way conversation, really.
Okay, I see what you mean. I think
talking a stage. I've decided to get some new tables.
I know.
Oh, Joel. Oh.
Well, it's funny, because you got your table from the very same place I got a table from about 11 years ago.
But I didn't know that. I spoke to the fabulous.
You did. You were copying my ideas.
And I said, that table that you had on your stand at Blackpool, where did you get it from? And they gave me the details. So I don't know. And I thought, So I phoned Andy at Wood Wizard and told him what I was looking for. And he was so helpful, and he was amazing. And he said, I can probably recommend, he said, it's a bit more than what you're thinking, but get this one because it's got more users. So I'm going to have 2 tables. So I've got one that I'm going to be at, one that is going to be a bit further away, which is going to have props on for the person that comes up and helps. So again, it's that distancing thing. But I was so impressed with it. It's unbelievable. I was so impressed. I made a video.
You did, but you were so impressed. You actually FaceTimed me on the day that you got it. You made me jealous. You made me jealous, and now making me think I want to get one of these tables. So should I play a little video?
Go on, let's show them the video.
Hello. Now, I wanted to share this with you because something's arrived today, and I'm very excited about it because it's going to change the way that I'm going to be performing in the future. I don't think with sort of social distancing and that sort of thing, we're going to be doing a lot of close-up. It's going to be parlour, stage, and even when we're doing close-up events, we're going to have to social distance. So today, I've taken possession of a fabulous table. I'm going to show you it now. So, and here we are. These are the tables. I've got two of the tables. Now, we've got the sturdy one here that's got a fixed base. This is interchangeable, and it's a very nice card table. So you can do all your matrix on there and all your cups and balls and everything like that. And I'll just give you a quick sort of, there we go. So very sturdy. You can sit on this, you can lean on it. It's not going to go anywhere. And behind, we have lots and lots of space. There we go. All that space there for storage and for props and things like that. And then this I'm very excited about too. So here we go. So this is a table, and by just changing this underneath here, what we can actually do, it tilts down, so you can have lots of images, or you can have a board on there, or a prediction, anything at all like that, and then it's easily just fixed into place. So even if you want to have your bit of a script or anything like that, you can have that angled, and it's fab. It's amazing. I'm going to give you all the details on the show of where I've got these from, because as we're all adapting to the new things, I think these would be a great addition to anybody's act. So, yeah, enjoy, and I'll see you on the flip side.
Nice.
Now,
That's so
I'm
nice.
going to apologise. I've never said it, and I don't know why I said it. I said, see you on the flip side. No idea why I said that.
What does it even mean?
I don't know. It was just, yeah. I mean, that card table with the base that I said was interchangeable.
Yeah.
Andy said to me, do you do mentalism, that sort of thing? And I was like, no, not really. What you can do is you can take that top base off, and you can put black glass in there.
Oh, yeah.
So there's the shelf underneath. So if you've got any sort of impression devices that uses your phone or a tablet or something like that, you go over, you pick your pen up, and you can see straight through the table. It's honestly unbelievable. I've not seen anything like it. I was blown away. It was just
so good. Yeah. Yeah, nice. I had a table made by Andy. As I said, it was about 11 years ago, and mine was primarily for cups and balls, and it was a cups and balls style table. But a lot of performers, obviously, they'll use card tables, a standard card table for performing on top of. Well, if you look at the magician on the tarot card, the magician, I've noticed his table's a lot taller. So I had mine made a little bit taller. It was around about the size of a standard close-up mat was my tabletop, a little bit bigger than a standard. So it was an unusual shape, but it came up nice and high, so I could perform quite high. So people who were far back, they'd get a good view. But how did you find dealing with Andy?
Do you know, I spoke to him, I think it was Thursday or Friday last week.
Yeah.
He said, I've got them already made in. He said, I can just sort them out. And honestly, it was amazing. Within a couple of days, I got them. And yeah, and I mean, he's just said anything I need in the future, let him know. And just honestly, perfect. I can't say enough. But you know, it's part of what we do, isn't it? I mean,
it's a tool. It's a tool. At the end of the day, you can turn it into a tool. You know, we can rock up with tables. We can rock up with other bits and pieces. But I think getting your own bespoke, you know, tables are they're just really nice. It kind of, you know, you're getting what you want, you know. The one thing I liked about your tabletop on the metal stand is that actual tabletop can act as another compartment for your big box, right?
Yeah, I put my case on because I have a metal case that I have my props in, so I can put that on there as well, and it's sturdy. I mean, I'm currently the one that I showed you, so I'll show you now. So look, so this is the top, and this is the base, and I'm currently I'm leaning on it as I'm talking to you. So I mean, they're really sturdy. I mean, I'm currently leaning on it, and I'm not worrying that it's going to go anywhere.
Right.
They're built to last. I mean, they're just so well made, and they're made by magicians. So it's all right going to somebody that doesn't work. You and I both know we've had lots of things made over the years, and you'll go to a non-magician or non-person that's been involved with the magic industry, and you'll say, this is what I'm needing, and then they go, oh, what's that for? Oh, what? You want that? And then you have to spend 2 days going, well, actually, this is what I do, and this is how it, you know. Whereas if in the industry you go, I want a close-up mat on the top of the table, people go, I know what you mean. Andy will go, know what you mean. Or, you know, like I said, if I do anything like that, just that glass table almost made me think, I wanted to start and do mentalism. It was just really nice.
You can always stick a routine in, you know, which mentalism, somebody mentioned earlier on that mentalism with the current situation, it's going to become a more popular thing. Well, I mean, mentalism routines connect with people. They're so good, you know. One thing I remember you just mentioned about Andy, and you know, if you get somebody else to make you something and they're not involved in magic, well, you're not always necessarily getting, you know, or you start having to explain things, and then occasionally, and you genuinely do get things back that somebody who has made you, who isn't a magician, and it's made slightly wrong. Whereas if you thought, if they only had that little bit of extra knowledge, they would have known exactly what I needed. That all kind of comes down to communication, I guess. But the nice thing about Andy is that when I was having my table made, he was coming at me with more ideas. You know, and it was like, oh yeah, I didn't think of that, you know. So he was kind of hitting me with things that I didn't think that he could make. So and
I mean, even down to packing it away, it all goes. I mean, this table I'm leaning on, the black table with the base and everything else, all comes to bit. It took me, I timed myself, it took me 4 minutes to put it together. The other day, 4 minutes to put it together, and about 5 minutes to take it all apart, put it back in the bag, and it all goes in one big bag, which is all padded, and it goes in the boot. It fits in the boot, and it again, things like that you don't realise all sort of make your life easier when you're working.
Oh yeah. Well, that box that you've got, you can put your props in it, and you can perform from it, and it looks professional. And then you've got a little matching table, which is perfect. You know, and then your case that you're using matches perfectly. So everything's kind of branded in a non-cheesy way. So it looks great.
But even down to the table, the top that's on this will take out. So if I want an extra shelf, it will fit in the black table. So you're not going to buy extra shelves. You can buy extra shelves, but this will fit. So if there's ever a time I think, I'm not using that one, I could use it as just honestly, just perfect. I know, and I'll be honest, I bought them, and I was so made up. I said to Andy, do you mind if I share and he's like, no, you're all right. And he was just really blasé about it. Like, yeah. I said, Andy, they're amazing. He's like, they're all right. They're good. Right. Just, they're amazing. Honestly, go and check his website out. It's there.
thewoodwizard.co.uk.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you can't get a better reference than that. There's a reference from you that has come from you. And I genuinely absolutely loved his tables. We haven't even spoke about his tables.
No.
One day you just said to me, I'm going to be getting new tables. I didn't think you were going to get them from Andy. I don't think I mentioned the Wood Wizard, and I kind of should have done, but
I was talking about the tables, and I don't know if you can see, just if you look there, just
hang on, let me get rid of that banner. Yep.
Yeah, look, just there is I've got an Alexa, and
right.
we have all the pictures come up from all over, And my little boy has been to Blackpool every year, and he has a picture with Harry Robson every year on his stand. And he's got 2 pictures, and in the back there's this table with the banner around it. So as I was talking to you, and I'm like, oh, that table. So I phoned Harry. I went, where did you get your table from? And he told me it was Andy at Woodwizard. And then
I see Andy every year at Blackpool. He's always in the same spot. If you've ever been to Blackpool and you've seen some, he's a Brummie, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a Brummie. If you ever see a Brummie, with some amazing
go to the convention.
Yeah. A Brummie who makes tables, I should have said. He's the guy, and he's there all the time in the main dealer hall, and I always say hello. So if he's watching, hello Andy, we love your tables.
Yeah, Andy.
So
if I wasn't too old for you, Andy, I'd marry you for your tables.
You're making me jealous now, Andy.
So let's get on. We've got the challenge that we did last week. We'll do that at the end.
Yeah. We had we did have a guest lined up, but unfortunately he's poorly. He's not very well.
Not so good.
So we've got another guest lined up for next week. We've got the amazing. Should we say who it is?
I think we should, because I've worked with this guy. Do you know
you
what?
show off.
No. So, it's a fabulous. In fact, I'll say his first name, you say his surname. Are you ready? It's the fabulous.
You're going to say his first name, I'll say the second name. So this is the guest that we've got coming. Go for it.
Next week. Next week. Amazing Mark
Oberon. Was that dramatic? Was that good?
Yeah, that was good.
I'll be playing this back later on. What are we on about? 40 minutes? 46 minutes?
46 minutes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you've managed to see his lecture live, or you've seen him at the convention, or you've seen him perform his Physimax or anything like that, brilliant magician, absolutely brilliant. I remember Mark Oberon's lecture, and it was genuinely the best lecture I've ever seen. He kept performing this amazing routine. I was going to call it a trick, but you can't even call it a trick because that's kind of patronizing. It was magic. And was it the gold routine you saw?
No. Basically, he made a playing card appear right at his fingertips. Somebody named a playing card, bump, and he made it appear, and he instantly took it off, and he opened it up, and it was the card that they named. Well, I was a little bit cheeky, and I kept shouting, "Mark, show us it again." And I thought he would, if I'd say, "Oh, no, we'll move on to the next thing," and he just went, "Name any card you want." And I went, 5 of clubs, boom, playing card, took it off, opened it up, and it was a 5 of clubs. And I just thought, right, that's it. So he put the 5 of clubs away, and I just went, Queen of Hearts, boom, this Queen. But I was only doing it for myself because it looked like real magic. It was like magic. It was like magic overload, you know. So it's not just a guy who, Mark isn't a magician who just thinks of great ideas. He performs like everything, but so fluently, you know. It's just real magic.
I've seen it a few times, and his gold routine where he has a rose, it changes into a gold rose, and then he produces an apple, and just beautiful.
Yeah. And have you seen him perform that live?
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, he did a lecture on it. I saw him perform it, and then I saw him lecture on it as well, and it was just, and you're like, do you know when you read these magic books and it says about magicians going the extra mile to get the effect, you know, how far would you go to get, you know, and you read about people that have, you know, a year earlier have sort of put in place this effect, and you know, and they've gone through the whole year to obviously do an effect later in the year for somebody else, and the amount of work he puts in is just unbelievable.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell.
Going, choose a card.
Yeah. So we've got a question about Blackpool. So Jack is saying, hi Jack. He says, I really need to go to Blackpool next year, and Gideon's counteracted that with on Blackpool. Do you think it's going ahead next year?
Well, we've I've spoke to one of the guys that books all the tables, with one of the dealers, home guys there. So we can book our tables, but it looks like they're not putting the tickets on sale at the minute for the shows and things.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't access them through the website. So I think at the moment it's like everything else. Everything's up in the air. I think they're sort of planning for it to go ahead, but it's one of those. It's whether, I mean, because obviously we can get together in groups of 6. But I mean, there's nearly 4,000 magicians there.
Yeah, it's a lot of magicians.
I mean, it's if people are quarantined, if we can expand, that will change things. And like I said, I'm only sort of surmising what
absolutely
they would do, really. I mean, do they take all the bookings and everything else just for it to be cancelled, and then do they refund everybody the money, and do they carry it over? And I mean,
I think
the seats in the theatre, they won't be able to guarantee them for the year after, and that sort of thing. But I'm hoping, a bit like you, because I love going.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm crossing all my fingers. I'm crossing my toes, and I'm hoping next year Blackpool's going to be going ahead. It is just an amazing convention. We have an amazing time every year, Andy. It's just so good, you know.
Yeah, it is. The Ruskin and seeing everybody, and I mean, that guy that we saw in the Ruskin, that French guy.
Oh yeah,
he did a sponge ball routine and just
yeah.
Blew my
so
mind.
Good. And the amazing magicians that you meet, you know, it's just such a friendly convention. We just got to hope, cross our fingers. Blackpool convention is happening.
It's happening.
I think it will. I think it will. Come on, let's say yes. Let's just say yes.
I think if we all put positive thoughts out there, Blackpool's going to happen.
The ultimate question is, do you think Blackpool is going ahead next year? My answer is, yeah, I think it's going ahead next year.
There we go. Yes, Gideon. If it's not, Joel's to blame.
Yeah. You can't blame me. I'm just saying I think it's going to happen. That's all. I've got nothing to do with it. So we usually, when we have guests on, they often offer bundle deals. So me and Andy thought we'd offer you guys a deal as well. So we've got an amazing bundle deal for you all. It's the Lincoln Mythic and the Divergent deck, and if you buy them, you get an extra bonus, which is Wallet King. Andy, you said to me I was crazy for coming up with this as a deal, but what did you figure this out to be in total if you were to buy all of this?
£90 worth of
£90.
Yeah, 90 pounds worth of stuff. So
Yeah, so there's £90 of magic there, basically. And if you are interested in that, you can you can either drop us an email at ask@realworkers, or you can just PayPal us £49.99p, and we'll give you a massive bundle deal and all of that. But we've actually kind of figured it out genuinely. Like, once there's Mythic, the Divergent deck, and the Wallet Kings, it's cost us a lot of money just to produce them effects anyway, so it's not.
Well, you know, I mean, we're all in this together, aren't we? Let's, you know, it'll give people something to play with. And I mean, Mythic, I'll be honest with you, Mythic has been in my act for years and years and years. And I'll tell you how good Mythic is. At Blackpool this year, I talked to Gaten Bloom, and I was telling him what I do with Mythic, with his standing up. Most people have seen the card where he stands it up, he rips it in half. Stands it up. Well, what I do with Mythic is I ask them to think of a card at the beginning, and I'm like this, and then so I'm showing the front and the back of the card.
Okay.
And I'm ripping it in half, and I don't rip it into quarters. I rip it into a quarter, and I'm making it stand up, and then and then I put it with the card you were thinking of, and I just, in this motion, I give it to them, and I say, "What?"
Hang on. Show us the motion again.
So I've not card. So the effect is this: so you give them a card, and you stand the card up. So it stands up like this. Then you rip it in half. You stand it up. So I'll do it. So you rip it in half, and you stand it up like this. Now Gaten rips an archway out of it, but I don't. I just rip it into quarters like this.
Okay.
And I stand it up. So it's like this.
Yep.
And then what I'll do in chatting to them, so here, so I will go like this, and I'll just drop it to the side.
Yep.
So just to, well, I'll tell you what, I'll show you the difference. Tilt that down. There we go. Sorry for all the movement. So
It's all right.
So you finish up like this. So like this, and obviously they can't stand theirs up. So I will say to them, and I'm sat down at this point. I'm always sat down when I'm doing it with people. So I sat down, so it's here. So I then say, oh, remember the card you mentioned earlier on? Well, if you tell everybody else what card you picked, they then unfold the card that they've just seen me rip up, and it's their thought of card. And I was telling Gaten about it, and he went, oh, and I gave him one. And so, yeah, so he was well impressed with. So it's an index.
Yeah, it is. It's an index, but that's a brilliant idea. That's a great use for an index. Like, so you would start, just to kind of clarify this, you would start with one playing card, you rip it up, you balance it again in loads of unusual situations, and then the card actually has become the card that they were thinking of.
The effect, I mean, because I show the card, so this was a Joker, so I'll show the Joker, and I'll rip it up, and I'm showing it, and I'm showing the back and the front, and then and I use the two different colours, so you've got a red piece and a black piece there.
Yeah.
So it's on the table.
Yep.
So I pick the card up, and I just drop it in front of them, and then I say, remember the card you mentioned right at the earlier, what was it? And they unfold it. So not only has it gone back together, it's now the card they thought of.
Wow.
And it blows the mind. And
I bet. Yeah, that's so good. That's brilliant. Should we show a little performance of the Mythic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. So
before you do, if you look really closely as well, I do flash it as well.
Well, that's fine. We kind of intentionally flashed it anyway. You said, should we delete that and do it again? No, this is magicians who get to actually see the tool of what Mythic is. So basically,
how fast I get the card, how much you don't really do, and once you know sort of where you're going, you can get the card, and it's reset really easily as well. So,
yeah, absolutely. Here you go. This is Mythic.
Hello, Joel.
Hi, Andy.
Hello, everybody out there. Now, I'm very excited to show you this. I'm going to do a card trick for you. I'm not going to use a full deck, half a deck, or even two. I'm going to use this one.
Okay.
Now, I've had this on the table before we started.
You have?
Joel?
Yep.
If you were to think of any playing card you like, what card would you go for?
Any card I like?
Anyone you like.
Okay, I'd go for the three of hearts.
The three of hearts?
Yep.
Is there a reason you picked the three?
No reason at all.
No reason whatsoever. If this was your card, how impressed would you be?
Andy, there's no chance. What?
One card and one card alone on the table all the time.
Mate.
Your three of hearts.
That is amazing.
And it is amazing. That is so good. So that's Mythic. That's one part of the bundle deal. Yeah, that is so good. It's amazing, and it is. It's an amazing little gimmick. It's not even gimmick. You get two. Two of these gimmicks. And should we show the next little trick we're going to provide?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is dive.
Andy, do you want to see something amazing?
Of course.
All right, I've got a prediction down here. I'll get back to that in a little bit. All right. Now, I'm going to riffle through the pack and you're just going to call stop whenever you want. Are you ready?
Yep.
Whenever you like.
Stop.
Right there. Could you just remember that card?
Yes.
Don't forget the card. Can you remember that?
Got it.
All right. It's a black card, right?
It is, yeah.
And it's a spade?
Yep.
It's the ace of spades.
It is, yeah. Well done.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll go again. Just call stop whenever you like.
Stop.
There?
Yep.
Can you remember that card?
Yep.
Don't forget the card, all right? And this is the idea. I'm going to try and tell you about it again. It's a black card. Yeah. It's a club. Yeah. It's the Queen of Clubs.
It is, yeah.
It's amazing, right? So this is the idea. You're going to give me any number between 1 and 52. It's up to you.
Okay, 12.
The number, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to count down the cards one by one. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11. And you could have said any number between 1 and 52, and you
Yeah.
said 12. Can you remember that card?
Yep.
I'm going to leave it just over here for now. You could have honestly said any number between 1 and 52. And this is the really weird thing. You stopped me on the 7 of spades.
Yes.
My prediction, which has been right here all along, this is the unusual thing. It's also the 7 of spades.
Ah, amazing.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
Thank you.
I don't even know how I did that. That is so good.
Cheesy. That was so cheesy. But yeah, like we said, we wanted to obviously do something for everybody, because normally we have a guest on, they do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to take advantage of the offer, and you'll have lots of stuff in there. And it's all usable.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, absolutely. There's another little trick that we're offering as well. There are 2 other tricks. So you get the Mythic, you get the Divergent deck. Nice thing about Divergent deck is multiple people can pick playing cards, or they think of playing cards from the pack. You tell them what their cards are, and then you do an incredibly clean card at any number, which is like the finale of the routine. And it's so good. It's very, very strong. But you also get another routine of ours, which is Wallet King. And we've also got, I'm looking for it now, hang on. I need a rubber band. I did have 2 rubber bands. I had one on my wrist and I've lost one. Can you
something like that? You'll be messing with them, they'll just disappear.
I have actually genuinely just lost a rubber band. I wonder if I now feel like what it's like when a spectator watches a rubber band vanish. Like, are they feeling what I'm having? I'm going to put you on, Andy. You just talk for 1 minute while I run and grab another rubber band.
Okie doke. So we did say we're going to do a bit of a workshop. It's not really a workshop. Joelle and I were talking about creating a deck.
I'm back.
Oh, fine. I was just telling them about the card in glass that we're going to be.
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, go on then. I'll let you. Are you
Sorry.
going to go full screen?
I can do. Should I go full screen? Hang on, let me click that button. Hang on. I should now be full screen. Hello. So this is another little effect that we're including within our little bundle. I absolutely love this. You've probably seen me perform it before. This is an amazing little effect where you take 2 rubber bands. You can genuinely, the nice thing about this, you can perform this with any rubber bands. You can do it with hair bobbles or something like that. But genuinely 2 rubber bands. Nice thing is, if you do this on magicians, you can do it with their rubber bands. Check this out, right? You link the 2 bands together and they are completely linked. And they link on like this, so you can show them linked. And there's no doubt that that is on their LinkedIn. All right. You can do this completely surrounded as well, by the way. So you can have people behind you. You can have people all around you. You show that it's completely linked on like this. Now, the nice thing is, check this out. The way I like to do this is get somebody to hold out their finger and I unlink this rubber band on their fingers. All right. So I usually turn it over and I can unlink these, or the spectator can unlink these bands whenever they say the word now. So check this out. You take it. They say now, and it drops off and it completely unlinks, and then you can give them straight out for examination. But the really nice thing is you can actually have them examined before you link the 2 bands together. So you've just got this amazing, linking rubber band routine, and you can perform it straight away again. It instantly repeats. You can perform it. You can instantly resets, instantly repeatable, that kind of thing. This is called Lincoln, and we're including this within our bundle deal. So there you go. That's Lincoln.
Cool. A great one for Instagram and all that sort of thing. Even better live, but obviously with social distancing as it is, and great.
Yeah.
You want to put more stuff on your Instagram, that sort of thing. And Divergent deck and Mythic. Amazing for doing things on live like this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we've sorry, I just burped then. Did you hear that? I think one nice thing about the mythic that we should mention. We've already told you it's an index, right?
Yeah.
But the nice thing about it is that it's not a pocket index. So you, as Andy says, he performs seated. Every gig that I've performed at with Andy, he sits down. So he gets everybody around him and he sits down, he joins them and he performs. But if you were to perform with a pocket index, you can't get into your pockets whilst you sat down.
Yeah.
So the nice thing about our routine, the mythic, you can perform it sat down, you can perform it standing up, you can perform it in a t-shirt.
Or anything like that. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. You don't need a jacket. You can wear a waistcoat. It's a little bit of an advantage. I wear a waistcoat when I perform anywhere. But even this, as an example, you could, you know, this is perfect. A t-shirt and an open shirt. I mean, that is, you know, a very casual way of performing. And, you know, it's, as for me, the best index I've genuinely ever seen is Mythic. I haven't seen an index that matches it. I mean, there'd have been no point in releasing it, you know, and I've gone through genuinely a lot of indexes. And I would honestly say one of the best ones, or the best index, is Mythic. I'm happy to say it. It's the best index.
I'm all embarrassed. But yeah, it and it's durable. I mean, I've finished a gig, forgot to take it off, and driven home in it, took my suit off, and then I've gone, oh. So, you know, you can do whatever you want in it, really. If you want to go out and you're going out socially, you don't even have to take a deck of cards with you, and then somebody will show us a trick, and then you can whatever have the PA or behind the ear, whatever you want.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Let's crack on, Joel. Let's work on this.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Card in glass. So here's my card. Here's my glass. I'm going to pull this down a little bit. Bear with me a moment. Sorry.
You could have card just to a table, but we put them in glass, and obviously so you can see everything that's going on. So,
hang on. You keep talking, Andy.
Okie doke.
Let me pull myself out. Hang on.
The idea would be to have a card named from the deck, and all you have to do is, if you tip this out, this would be the card. So that's what we have to work out this evening, and hopefully with your input. Now I'm going to cut my own head off here so you can actually see. So there was a few things that I thought of, was tipping it onto the deck itself. So card here tips onto the deck.
Okay.
To show, and then you would do a double lift, and you would. Now, just to let you know, I am using one of these.
Right. Okay. A double backer.
A double backer.
Okay. Cool.
So,
That's good.
So if anybody's got any suggestions on sort of what you would think, whether even onto the table. So if you went like this, and lift it onto the table. The reason I'm using a double backer is if you do a double, it looks clean, you can just take it off. And I thought as well, there's no discrepancy. So if I dropped it on the table, even if it flipped over, it would just look like it landed on its front anyway.
Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, so here's a little idea that isn't complete for this. Okay, so imagine you've got your prediction in here. You've got a red packet of playing cards. You pull the red packet of cards out of the box. And now you would ask somebody to name any one of these cards. Or another idea is, if I said to you, Andy, could you name any card in the pack that you like, please?
Three of spades.
The three of spades. So I would go through the deck looking for the three of spades. But it would transpire that there isn't a three of spades in here. We get to the ace, 2, there's no 3, 4, 5, and so on. All right?
Yeah.
The only card that's actually missing is the three of spades. Right? Yeah. Sorry, I flashed that then. But what I would have probably done is called this into this position here, so it's second from the top, right? As a little idea. Now, what I would want to do is somehow pick this card up, right?
Yeah.
Place this on top. If I was to put it on top, turn it over and reveal. Oh no, sorry, that would have to then be a triple lift. Sorry, that is the three of spades. And the idea is somehow to kind of create a handling around that anyway. So you would have one card, which is a random card in here, and then you've got this card, the king of spades. Everyone thinks that this is a red packet of cards. You spread through, you control the card that they name. I think it would go second from the top, is that right? Can you think about how you position this? I'm trying to kind of, so let's say, for example, you've just named the 3 of spades. I call that second from the top, right?
Yeah.
I would maybe have the prediction here. Oh no, we can't flash this. We can't flash that because maybe that's actually quite it's not particularly clean. So, yeah, no, I probably wouldn't use that as a method.
If you had the double backer in the glass, but it was a red-blue double backer.
Yeah.
You could have it red side out, blue deck. You just take it out, place it on the deck, and when you turn it over, you then show the card, and then the blue card's there. You don't have to show them the back. I mean, you could do if you wanted to, and just do a double like this. So yeah.
I wonder if there's also, instead of kind of tipping it onto the glass like this, with a setup, and I don't know how this would actually work yet because I haven't really thought about it, but if this was a double backer as an example, there might be a way to kind of pick this out and turn it over, and that would then be a red back.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. So rather than just tipping it on top like this, if there's a way to kind of go in and execute some form of a switch over here. See what I mean? Yeah.
No, I've not done it for a very long time, and people are probably just watching there. But I've just thought then, Paul Curry does a turnover move.
Yeah.
So you could take the double backer. You could take the card as you turn it over. That was very good.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's weird. I'm trying to watch myself in the camera and do everything else.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. So the Paul Curry turnover move that might work really well.
Yeah. There's also the option of obviously not having an odd coloured card, so you could take one card at complete random and have that in there.
Yeah.
And then you go in for a switch of some sort like that. I mean, even obviously instead of doing a double lift, if there was some kind of a top change that you could execute, as you then appear to put this over here. So, Andy, if you name any card in the pack.
Let's go 2 of hearts.
The 2 of hearts. Any reason why the 2 of hearts? And I'm going to remove that from here right now. Or was that just the first card that popped in your mind? Well, the really weird thing, the strange thing is that there isn't actually a 2 of hearts in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no 2 of hearts.
Okay.
You see, this card that's been here all along, and it's always been in full view. You could have genuinely named any card, right?
Yeah.
Well, this one card that's always been in here is the 2 of hearts. I mean, you'd always get away with a top change of some sort.
Yeah, yeah. Jack's actually saying, what about a simple side fold?
Some kind of psychological force, yeah. I mean, you could do, obviously, like, have a commonly named card in there. You could, so as we know, 7 of hearts. Well, for common cards for me is 7 of hearts, and a commonly named card is also the Queen of Hearts. Obviously, they're not psychological forces, but if somebody named one of these now, either the Queen of Hearts or the 7 of Hearts, you could then, if you said the 7 of Hearts, you're then left with a miracle. If you say the Queen of Hearts, you can set this out, move the glass, go straight into a double and show it, But with regards to like psychological forces, I think with something like that, you're going to need like a surefire method, that you can then go back to if they don't name any of your psychologically false cards.
Yeah.
See what I mean? But it's a great idea. It's
a
really good idea. Jack saying, like, have a single card here, and I'm going to try to implant a card in your head. It would be impossible for you to know 100% what that card is. But first, I want you to get in mind the value of the card. Now, if you're thinking of a number, change it to a picture card. If you're thinking of a picture card, switch it to a number card. Now, if you're thinking of an even number, change it to, So Michael Murray's got some amazing work on that. it kind of is around what you've just said, but it's a way to make somebody appear to be thinking of any playing card. They pick a playing card, and with a little series of switching the card over in their own mind, they now think that they can think of any card that they want, but they actually always end up on one of 2 or 3 different cards, and it's a really neat little idea. Yeah. So what's the challenge, Andy? Should we go over it again?
Well, Paul Valentine said you could do the Harry Lorraine one-handed turnover switch to get the card. He said he'd show me one time as well. Very nice.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So I mean, but what we're thinking of as well is it is going to be lay people. It is going to be Queen of Hearts, Ace of Spades. So if you've got one of those in there, more often than not, you're going to hit anyway. And then obviously with your top change, if you take it out, and like you said, even just moving the glass, you know, if you just move the glass and then you do your top change, you can do that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've also got another little idea is if somehow you did some kind of one ahead where you start off with a forced card in there.
Yeah.
Right. So let's, for example, we've got a duplicate. Imagine we've got a duplicate 6 of hearts, but a 6 of hearts in here. Right.
Yeah.
I now ask somebody to name a playing card. So Andy, which card would you name?
2 of hearts again.
The 2 of hearts. Yeah. And now we'd get somebody to pick a playing card, but would force the 6 of hearts on them. Right.
Yeah.
So we'd have the 2 of hearts. You said the 2 of hearts. Where's that gone? That's over here. So we'd have called that to the top. Right.
Yeah.
The initial person would have picked a playing card, but you've now named one, and you said the 2 of hearts. So you would show that. You'd have to imagine that that's the 6 of hearts because the duplicate's in there. Right.
Yeah.
And now all you'd actually have to do is do a top change there and drop that in. Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like you've just placed the named card, the 2 of hearts, in there. You go back in and you pull them out, and you say, "Look, you picked any card that you want. What was your card? It was the 2 of hearts." And then not only that, you named any card, and that card that was in there was the 6 of hearts. So that's another little idea with a duplicate card. It's just a way, find an excuse of why to drop a card in there as well, pull them out and separate them quite quickly, show that one of them's in there, and that's the name card. Another way to do it, rather than executing a switch.
What you could do is have, say you've named the, so somebody's named the Queen of Diamonds, and you have somebody select a card. So you say, this is your 10 of Diamonds, which you've selected.
Yeah.
And somebody else has named the Queen of Diamonds. So you place that in there like this.
Okay.
If you had a napkin like this, so you say, what we'll do is we'll put that under there. Then obviously you go through your routine, you turn it around, and it's changed to there.
Yeah. Cool.
And that's just a double link. So you have a card name. So Joelle, name a card.
10 of Spades. Queen of Diamonds, yeah. Okay.
And then you say, great stuff. Would you select a card for me? So you call the Queen of Diamonds to the top. So Queen of Diamonds is there. You have a card selected. You say, what I would like you to do is just write your name on there. Great stuff. We're going to actually take your card, place it into the glass like this. You put this over the top. And then as you produce it, you turn it around, or you turn it around as you put it underneath. And it's their card inside the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if you could. Here's a little idea. So it's not a way to execute that trick, but you've got your King of Clubs. I'm just going to go onto a full screen just to show you this. So imagine you've got your King of Clubs. That is like an open prediction that you were talking about, right? Imagine now if I had a packet of playing cards and I was to spread them on the table. I know you can't see all of my table here, but imagine if I move the glass out of the way and I spread them down, right? And in the same process, you turn the glass around just by spinning it.
Yeah.
Right. So you've got that big movement of crossing over that glass. So Queen of Diamonds, you take the whole pack, you spread it, and in one motion you just span the prediction in front of them. There is a good chance that people wouldn't realise that that card has changed. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
you could almost do like a 2-card transport.
Yeah.
And do it that way with a duplicate. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, and all it would look like, the idea of what I'm thinking is, all it would look like is you're moving the glass out of the way.
Yeah.
But in reality, you're spinning it round as you're doing something else. Does that make sense? Yeah. You get the idea.
And if you, hang on. So, imagine.
I'm imagining.
Imagine.
All the people.
Yeah. So imagine you have a double facer. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Do you want me to put you on full screen?
Left there. So I'm now. Hang on. Okay. Sorry about this.
It's all right. Go on. It's all right.
Normally. So this would be underneath, like so.
Yep.
Yep. So you'd have 2 people select a card.
Okay.
Yep. So your first person would force the Ace of Spades on them. The second person would force the Joker on them.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would say we're going to use the Ace of Spades first. So you're ready. You can make it disappear however you want to make it disappear, that sort of thing.
Yep.
Show the glass. It appears in the glass.
Okay. Yep.
Now, what I would do is I would say, oh, just one sec. We're going to just do this. I spread the cards down on the table. And there's one card that's the opposite way around. And it is the Joker.
Cool.
Or the Ace of Spades, which would appear in the glass. So you would.
So, what about if you spread? I'll just guide you through this quickly. Just a little idea on a discrepancy to divert attention away from the glass, right? So if I put you back on a screen, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Right. Move the glass forwards. If you move the glass forwards now, maybe about there. And imagine you've just made the Ace of Spades appear. So you're at that point now where it's appeared in the glass. Now, spread the deck behind the glass.
Yeah.
So ribbon spread. No, leave the glass for a moment. Ribbon spread now, right?
Yeah.
But you would ribbon spread the other way. So the playing card is face down.
All right, okay.
Yeah, ribbon spread now to show there's one card.
Yeah.
Right? So everyone can now see there's one card. You're going to invite somebody now to lean forward and get the card, but you, as an excuse, you've now got to get rid of the glass. But hang on. Put the glass back. What you want to do is pick up the glass. Don't slide it. Just pick it up and move it back towards yourself. Yeah, but simultaneously point forwards with the other hand. So it becomes this kind of, becomes this motion.
This. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So you become that, but I would simultaneously put the glass down as if you just shifted it in one motion. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
So imagine that they think this is going to be the Joker.
Yeah, that'd be on
like this.
Yeah.
So the Joker's now appeared in the glass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a visual transformation of the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Yeah. What do people think? I mean, they've all gone quiet. I'm guessing they're all sat there practicing. So,
I'm guessing they're all sat there bored in reality, Andy. They've all switched off. They switched off when he got to my idea. That didn't work.
So yeah, let us know what you think. I think what we were going to do was have a bit of a challenge, weren't we, to come up and for next week, make a video of this sort of thing. So card in the glass, whether you're going to do a transpo, whether it's going to be a thought of card in the glass.
Well, I think I like that. I really like that. Like the idea of, I mean, between us there, we've just come up with a transposition of a card, but it changes in the glass. The first card appears, then, sorry, the first card vanishes from your hands, and remove the handkerchief, and it's in there. I mean, with a double backer, you could actually have the double backed card underneath the silk.
Yeah.
And as you put the silk over the glass, just ditch the card into it, and then pull it off, make it appear.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, well, you'd leave it covered.
Yeah. So you could show it like this. You could go over the top.
Yeah.
And then you'd have the card appear inside.
Yeah, that'd be a double backer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then go into the routine. Yeah. It's a nice little idea. I like the idea of it visually, you know, of that changing.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Because, like you said, for that split second, you would go, and your card is the joke, and you'd look, and they would have swapped places. And you physically can't do anything because you've got the glass in this hand, and you've got the card here.
Yeah.
So if you went like this, show them the card, and then sort of look down, that would then draw the attention onto the glass.
Yeah, and I would definitely go with the appearance. I'd be using a double backer, and I would definitely make it appear because it's so easy to do. I mean, I haven't got a handkerchief here, unfortunately, but you could hold it, you know, that would be behind. It'd look like it's straight. You drop that into the glass as you're covering it up, you know, and just set it aside. And no one's really going to expect their card to appear in there. So you go in, they pick a playing card. The card vanishes from the pack. You remove the silk handkerchief, and now under the silk handkerchief is their card. Ribbon spread again, and then as you pull that back, you're just going to twist that around. But I think the twist, the movement there is quite important. That this glass needs to be in quite far in front, as if you're just gesturing and move that out the way, because that's going to allow you to twist that around without it going noticed.
Yeah, I mean, just something.
It's quite a big glass, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, got that many cards now. Hang on. Right, let's do this. If we're going to do it, let's do it properly.
Come on.
Right, so you could almost do something like this.
Right.
And have them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah, right. Nice. That's a really good idea.
Especially if they were double faces.
Two double faces, yeah.
You wouldn't split, so you could almost go like this. And
wait. If you had a tighter glass, it definitely switch.
So yeah, so like this. So you could change it. I mean, you could almost go like this.
Yeah. See, yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good idea. So what would be quite nice, you can get some little, you know, the little sticky glue dots.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just
put them into the glass as like little hinges that stop it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not sticking to it, but it's just blocking it from actually moving, so you get a really clean change. Yeah. Good idea.
I mean, you don't even need a double backer because you'll be doing it away from people.
Yeah.
Just stick some cards together. Just stick two together.
Yeah.
So you'd have this. So you'd have this sort of motion.
Yeah.
So this would change in the glass, and this would change in your hand as you shook it. That'd look really nice.
Yeah, it would. It'd look really good. Another idea then, instead of you've got your card in there, and let's imagine it isn't a joker. It's a completely different card. You show the joker here. Everybody believes there's a king in here, but instead of doing it visually, you would obviously that would be a double backer. So you'd be looking at a king. Would it be a king? Sorry. Yeah. hang on. Sorry, let me start again. I'm confusing myself now.
Jack said he's still here, but he's cutting his chicken.
He's cutting his chicken to marinate for tomorrow.
Yeah. There we go.
I hope that's not a euphemism. I'm just going to cut my chicken. I'll only be a minute.
I'm just cutting the chicken. We're okay.
So what I was thinking is you've got your something here, one double-sided card. Everybody thinks. Hang on, sorry, mate. Hang on, I'm confusing myself now. Would it be like this? Everyone thinks. Yeah, you've got a joke. Everyone thinks that this would be a different card, and you could almost kind of do some kind of little transformation that happens in front of the glass. Yeah. And then that would change into the random card. Without double cards and without having it set up, it doesn't look right. But doing it in front of the glass, boom, so that changes and then that changes. Might just create some kind of I don't know, how does that look?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I think we've given people lots and lots of ideas there. So
and the
challenge is this. We want to see a video of you performing a card in the glass routine. So whether it's a transformation, whether it's a thought of card. So if you do that and upload it to our page for next week, we'll sort some nice prizes out.
Yeah. Hey. On that note, we had a competition. Well, it wasn't even a competition, was it? It was a challenge.
No, it was a challenge just to see what people were reading, what people's favourite books were. Oh, have you got yours?
My favourite book? Yeah, I've got several favourite books, but
yeah, I'm the same. It depends what mood I'm in, to be honest with you. But,
yeah, absolutely.
What I've been reading is, and it's a very it's one of those books. People may know of it and they may not, but they go, Can
you talk about it while I go and get my book?
Of course, yeah. So, Diversion Card Magic by Andy Galloway. Fabulous. The card routines in it aren't very difficult, but he spends a lot of time, not a lot of time, but he really goes through the misdirection. So he goes through where the misdirection is, why he uses that sort of misdirection, the bluff force and the bluff colour change worth the price of the book on its own. Honestly, in fact, I will just drop all the cards on the floor. So I will get another deck. Right. So, but honestly, the bluff. Let me just hang on one sec. Get the card. Thank you very much. So, so somebody would call out stop just there. You would then show them the card, which is the 9 of clubs. Yeah. So that is the. So I'll do another one for you, and I'll call the card before we actually do it. So the next one's going to be the 5 of clubs. So you would say stop whenever you like.
Stop.
Tilt the card like this, and you show them the 5 of clubs just there. You see, and that goes back in the middle. So that's the bluff.
Sorry, I think I just messed that up for you then accidentally when it came back.
Are you ready, Joel?
Yeah, go on, Tommy. Yeah, I'm ready.
What's your favourite card?
The Queen of Diamonds.
Queen of Diamonds might be the only one I don't. Oh no, we're good. We're good. And just to show you, it's not on the top.
Okay.
You ready? Say stop.
Stop.
Yeah, just there.
Yep. Yep.
Queen of Diamonds.
Oh wow.
There we go. Yeah,
that's nice. Yeah.
And that's so easy to do, but it goes through the misdirection and everything else. Yeah, he was a John Ramsey student, so he is massive on his misdirection and that sort of thing. So honestly, if you can pick one up, they've been out of print for a long time, so you might be better sort of in sort of books and things. But honestly, that and the colour change, perfect. If you don't do a colour change because you've always thought, oh, I'm not really into sort of, reversing the cards or, doing the tilt move and things like that, then honestly, the colour change so easy but so good. So good.
What I'm just about to start reading, and I've been waiting to get around to this for a long time, is Harper Crown by Mark Shandau. Shandau, yeah. It's absolutely. I mean, look at the size of that. I mean, this is a thick book, but not only is it a thick book, it's
that'll stop your table wobbling.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 322 pages long on thin stock of paper, and it's just amazingly well produced, and it's full of mentalism effects, and it's just absolutely amazing. Just so much different stuff. I'll tell you what I'll try and do. I'll see if there's a routine in here that I can perform for you next week. I'll see if there's something that I could possibly do live. Don't hold me to it, but we'll see, right? But it's absolutely amazing. Cram-packed with stuff. We'll do something for next week. So that's Mark Shandau. That's what I'm reading at the moment. We set a little competition just to see, challenge, was it?
Just to see what people were reading and that sort of thing.
Yeah. And then somebody asked, will we be announcing the winner? Well, there wasn't really a winner for this, but I reckon we could find a winner. Should we find a winner?
Yeah, we'll find a winner and we'll sort them something out. So have you got the pictures?
I do. You need to move over that way a little bit. Other way.
Have we got music? Or do you have to sing? Oh, there we go.
No music, I'm afraid. That is Lee Milne, and he is reading A Piece of My Mind by Michael Murray. So I wonder if you picked it up when Michael Murray was on. Yeah. Thanks, Lee. Hope you're enjoying your read there. Adam Evans is reading Life's a Beach and Parlour Tricks. I don't have the book Parlour Tricks, but it looks brilliant. It's got a very similar look to this in style, in like the old
style sort of classic.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I've read Life's a Beach, and it's brilliant. Gary Jones.
Yeah.
Me and Gary have been threatening for a while to kind of come up with a release together. We came up with a concept which was mashing our ideas together. I take some of his tricks, he takes some of my tricks, and we both put our own spin on them. But we never got round to it, but we probably will at some point, and hope Gary's keeping well. So thank you very much, Adam. Hope you're enjoying your read, my friend. Andy Russell is reading 1 Degree. This is his favourite book by John Gustafaro, who's also...
For a second, I thought that was...
Luke Jermaine? Benno.
For a minute, I just thought, Benno? There we go.
So... Thanks a lot. That sounds like a good read as well. But John Gustafaro is also a brilliant musician. Really, really good. This is Dan Misson. I can't see the name of the book. Quantum Leap. It's Harry Lorraine.
Harry Lorraine. Oh, out of all Harry Lorraine stuff is wonderful. Some people can't get on with it because it doesn't give you a description of the effect.
Yeah.
So some people don't get on with it, but I quite like it because I read it and then go, I could give that a try. So rather than just going, no, I'm not really that fussed about the effect. So it makes me read it. So yeah.
You're a massive Harry Lorraine fan, aren't you?
Yeah, a massive one. Yeah.
This is
Jonathan Kell. Jonathan Kell and I started magic about the same time, I think.
Really?
We were both members of Bolton Magic Society.
Right.
Fabulous musician, Jonathan. Really good musician. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. What does he play?
Guitar, bass.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I think it's just been his birthday. So happy birthday, Jonathan.
Happy birthday, hey? Oh, look at this. We've got a signed Ali Bongo book. That's amazing. With all the best. What does that say? Pongolian salams. Ali Bongo. Amazing. Some of Ali Bongo's. I'm going to get that off just because it's so big. It's like we're joined by another person whose camera's for us. Some of Ali Bongo's material is absolutely amazing. I remember tracking down one of his booklets, and it had the balloon popping the balloon routine.
Right.
Yeah, it's so good. Have you seen that? It's an Ali Bongo routine.
I've not seen it for a long time. It's one of those things that you'd see because they did it on TV. I'm sure I saw it on TV when I was tiny.
Yeah, well, that's where it originates. It's an Ali Bongo routine.
Right.
Yeah, we've got, this is William Seal. Got a brilliant book there. That is
that book, the Encyclopedia of Magic, will be in everybody's library. I think that's
It
how
is.
we all. Yeah, I've got
And
one.
Will's actually got the best version of the book. He's got the hardback version there. It also comes in like a little softback, like really, really thick, but you can't keep it closed. It's a nightmare for practicing magic tricks with. But that version is the best. So.
And you know, in that picture there, it looks like he's got tails on, doesn't he? He's got it lined up, so it looks like he's got a
Yeah, I can see that.
I think he's going to be the winner for me just because of that.
Hey, got
there's favourite.
oh.
There's favourite.
That is so. This is Jess and Jay Orpen, and they've got Trick in the Brain and Head Tricks.
Yeah,
which are my books. I've wrote both of them. So brilliant books, fantastic books. I think they're my favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got The Card Magic of Le Paul.
Yes, and that's Timothy.
Yay.
Do you know, interesting story about Timothy?
Go on.
He has a chip shop.
A chippy.
He has a chippy. If you know him at Blackpool, he's called Chippy Tim.
Right.
Tim, he banned all parking wardens from his chippy because they were giving his customers tickets. So he
right.
Yeah, banned them
Brilliant.
all.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Excellent. David Hand says, where's it gone? Sorry. Hang on. He says, Matt Wilson's book was his first book that got him started in magic, and there's so much stuff in it. Will, I don't know if you're watching, but it's absolutely crammed with amazing stuff. There's a great section in there on Matrix, so have a little look at the Matrix section in there.
And all sorts,
You've got a full cups and balls routine in there as well, and it's brilliant. I mean, it's a lot. When you read it, although it's a beginner's course in magic, it is quite an in-depth course. I mean, a lot of the routines, it kind of stems from some really easy, simple self-working stuff, but to some real difficult advanced stuff. But the nice thing about it is that the book is actually written in a bit of an order, so you gradually, as you progress, you learn more and more stuff. And again, it's got a great section in cards in there.
Yeah, and the impromptu stuff as well. I mean, I worked in restaurants. I performed in restaurants for years and years and years, and I've seen customers that have come into the restaurant with their parents at 10-year-old, and then they've come in on the 21st birthday.
Right.
I'm like, so they've seen me for years and years and years. And going back to that book and doing the impromptu stuff and taking a knife and putting bits of napkin on it to actually make it into a,
Yeah.
It's so good that sometimes you look at an effect and you think, that's not. It's a classic for a reason. And it works and it's really, really good.
It is.
So we have had a message as well. Simon Proctor says international magic have diverting card magic. So honestly, if you haven't got it, and don't let the simpleness of the effects really they are really, really strong stuff. It goes over the misdirection, which a lot of the books don't. They sort of go over the routine they'll tell you what to say, they'll do the slides, but it really is very, very good for the misdirection. And especially now, because we're not being able to practice and get that, practicing with the misdirection. That's why I've started reading it again, because I thought, well, because it is such a good book for misdirection and I can't practice on people. It's nice to go, oh, that's when, and this is why you would do it. And so you don't just use it for those routines, you can use it for lots of others as well.
Okay,
so,
cool. That sounds really good.
Paul Sylvester, fabulous friend of mine. I love Paul. He's wonderful. Does all sorts. If you ever get to see him, he said he's still got Paul Wilson's book as well.
Mark Wilson's.
Mark Wilson. I got confused because it's Paul Sylvester, and there is a magician called Paul Wilson as well. So.
Yeah, it's great for building routines. It is, and look at the routines as well. So Will, look at the routines that are already in the book and try and apply your own ideas to it as well. Don't be afraid to kind of deviate away from the ideas and use the ideas and kind of build on them. You know, you don't always have to follow what is exactly in the book. If you can think of things to deviate off the path a little bit and create your own ideas, then that's a great little thing to do as well.
Yeah, definitely. Did we pick a winner?
No, we didn't. Should we pick one? Should we? Okay. Should we pick one each?
Yeah, can do if you want to.
Okay. So should we say them on the count of 3?
Well, you've got the names. I don't have the names. So if I just name the book.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to click my winner up as well as quickly as I can. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da!
I was going to say. That's the one.
Is that what your winner was as well? There you go.
Yeah.
Encyclopedia
of Magic. Yeah.
Well done, Will. So you're a double winner, my friend.
Will, what we'll do is, if you want to, I don't know whether you're on Facebook. If you get your parents or something to message us, we'll sort you something out for you.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll send you a free trick. So, well done, mate. Enjoy the book.
Yeah. Gary Middleton has just said as well, Andy Galloway also did a diverting coin book as well. I haven't got that one, but I'm guessing if this is anything to go by, it is wonderful. So, and if Gary Middleton's, I don't know, Gary's probably got it. Anything Gary does. If you watched Harry Robson's when he came on the show with us, he talked about Gary when he said he did the most amazing card magic and the most beautiful sleight of hand.
Yeah,
he actually talked about Gary. That was Gary.
Brilliant.
I only really see Gary at Blackpool because he lives up in Stirling, and when we're sat in the Rosalie and he's shot, wonderful magician, absolutely amazing magician. Yeah, we should get him on. In fact, Gary, we should get you on.
Let's get him on.
Yeah, he performed at the Magic Castle every year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Burns Night every year.
Yeah. Cool. Somebody's asking how old is Will. Will said, I'm 12. He's only 12. Well done, Will, mate. So
well done, Will.
Get in touch with us and we'll send you a free trick. Andy, quick trick for you, my friend. It might not work, but name any... Oh, I think I'm kind of... Yeah. Oh, wait there, my camera went a little bit weird then.
No, you're still going.
Name any card you like. Don't go for an obvious. Hang on. Wait there. Don't go for an obvious card. So it is up to you. What did you say?
7 of Spades.
And that is your choice.
Yep.
And if that was the 7 of Spades, that would be weird, right?
If that was the 7 of Spades, I'm giving up Magic.
I'm sorry, I dropped it. So it's the 7 of Spades. How good is that? I only did that so you give up Magic. That's all. Anyway, on that bombshell.
Is that something you're working on, or is that something you're doing in your shows, or
what?
That effect.
That wasn't an effect.
It was all right. It was good.
Was it?
Yeah, of course it was.
Seriously? You know what I just did, right?
Yeah, of course I do. But I mean,
oh, shut up then.
You just read my mind. Of course I know what you did. You were inside my mind.
All right. Should we? Well, next week's guest. Don't forget who we've got. We've got the amazing Mark Oberon, which we're going to be delighted.
Yeah, joining. He has said he's going to perform some effects for us. I know he's got lots of stuff to show us, and he's working on something quite exciting as well at the minute. So he might even share a little bit about that as well.
Oh, yeah. He's got some great things that he's going to be sharing with us. So it'll be wonderful to have him on. So thank you very much for everybody.
Yep. Enjoy. Don't forget about the challenge. We'll be sticking that up on the Facebook page. Don't forget to like and share and share with all the magicians, because obviously the more that we have people interacting and giving us suggestions and helping out with effects while we're doing this sort of magic jam. If you've enjoyed the magic jam as well, we might do something like this more regularly. So we might sort of have a guest and then a magic jam and a guest and a magic jam. So if you've enjoyed it, let us know. And yeah, stay safe. Have a lovely evening, Joel.
Look after yourselves. Yeah. Nice to see you, Andy.
Nice to see you, Joel. See you later, buddy.
See you
Bye,
later.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. See you next week. Bye.